Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of All About the Cars of Gran Turismo 7. In this edition, we are going to learn all about the Nissan Fairlady 240ZG HS30 from 1971. This car can only be purchased at the used car dealership, and it is currently for sale at 99,100 credits. I'm pretty sure this price changes based on how many miles the car has been driven, so it may be slightly different if it pops up for you. So we're going to click on this car and click on Learn More here. Well, before we do that, let's go over some of the stats. It comes stock with 398.82 performance points. It's an FR drivetrain, meaning that the engine is mounted at the front of the car and the rear wheels drive the car. Maximum power is 147 horsepower at 5,500 RPM. Remember that those are stock numbers. The weight, just over 2,000 pounds, and the engine is naturally aspirated. We're going to click on Learn More and see what Andy has to say. Many Japanese sports car enthusiasts refer to the original Datsun 240Z by its in-house codename, the S30. Powering the car is a 2.4-liter inline-six mounted up front and powering the rear wheels. One of the more intriguing examples is the 240ZG, which has a slightly different front end from the base car. Called the G-nose, the extended hood lengthened the car by about 7.5 inches and gives it a more exotic presence. The car's revised profile isn't only for looks, it improves its aerodynamics, raising its top speed by about 3.1 miles per hour. Okay, that's everything we can learn about it in the used car dealer, so we're going to back out to the garage and go to change car and go down to N for Nissan. And there it is. So I'm going to click on this, we'll listen to the startup sound, and then we'll go into some more details about this vehicle. Alright, we're going to go to the car collection, go to this vehicle, and read a little description about it. With its G-nose and fender flares, this car epitomized Japanese sports car cool in the 1970s. The Nissan Fairlady Z was sold as the Nissan Z in markets outside of Japan. Near the end of the 1960s, Japanese cars made a name for themselves on the international stage. One of these examples was the Datsun 240Z that was introduced in 1969. Yutaka Katayama, the president of Nissan North America at the time, convinced the Japanese brass that now was the time for real sports cars, to challenge those from Europe. Thus, the Z was born. Among the more notable Zs was the 432. While other Zs were equipped with the Type L engine, the 432 came equipped with the S20, a DOHC inline-six lifted from the Prince R380. The 4 stood for 4 valves per cylinder, the 3 for 3 twin-choke carburetors, and 2 represented the engine's 2 camshafts. Output of the engine was rated at 157.8 horsepower and 130.2 foot-pound of torque. This 432 also had a 432R racing spec model that sported a carbon fiber hood for weight reduction. Only 30 of these cars were made. A considerable amount of work went into making the 432 because the S20 was known to be a delicate power plant that only the Nissan mechanics at Opama could get the most out of. On the other hand, the 2.4-liter Type L engine in the US Spec 240Z was easy to work with, and its ability to provide plenty of torque throughout the RPM spectrum made it popular for racers. The 240Z performed well in safari races and notable off-road events such as the Monte Carlo Rally, as well as those on tarmac racing circuits. Thanks to its high level of performance, the 240Z made it to Japan in 1971, marketed there as the Fairlady Z. A special version of the car called the 240ZG, referred to as the G-nose, added to the car's popularity, solidifying its place in the history books as one of the most popular and longest tenured sports cars ever. Alright, so an interesting description about the car. We're going to back out now to the main menu. And we're going to stop into the cafe and see if anybody's there to talk to about this car. And there's Jeremy. So we'll click on Jeremy and see what he has to say. What happened in June 1972 was pretty unusual by anyone's standards. It was the second race of the popular Fuji Grand Champion Series, which took place on the Fuji International Speedway. And despite being up against GR6 and GR7 race cars, a lower-level machine based on a production model managed to emerge victorious. The car was a Fairlady 240ZG, and its driver was Japan's Haruo Yamagata. The race took place in heavy rain, and the 240ZG performed exceptionally against its higher-ranked rivals. And yes, indeed, it beat all of the other entries. The event became known in Japan as the Z in the Rain race and remains one of the most legendary moments in motorsports. An interesting tidbit from Jeremy there. And we are now going to go to the tuning shop and see what can be done to this vehicle. I don't think I've done anything to this car yet in this game, so it is still at the stock performance points. But there is a lot that can be done to it. So rate reduction and whatnot on the sports page. Club sports, just about everything here can be done. Semi-racing, you can add a low, medium, and high RPM turbocharger, but no superchargers and no intercoolers. Under racing, everything except the anti-lag system, and of course supercharger, as I mentioned before. And that's about it for this car. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you to determine whether or not you'd like to add this vehicle to your collection. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you soon with another video highlighting all of the cars from Gran Turismo 7. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.